reference in the
I think he.
in that verse?
I feel like he did something about a K9. He made like a K9 reference
Oh yeah, that was it.
because I'm like, yeah, that's really crazy. Um, I just feel like they basically been beefing like this forever. Just throwing subliminals. At this point, I feel like they should. It's not even worth a beef anymore. Do you think he was
No,
shooting
but
at
I
J
think
Cole?
it brings an energy to rap that has been missing because that's what rap, not what rap is, but like to an extent, that top spot is something that you know what I mean is jousted for, and you have to be not only willing to defend, but if you're gunning for it, you got to be able to take it. Like, and as far as people who have a legitimate argument for an all around best rapper, like most successful rapper, best rapper bar for bar, it's only those three. So it's kind of like a constant. J. Cole does it.
Yeah, he likes to reference them. He likes to bundle them together. And what Kendrick was saying, which I like, was like, bro, don't bundle me with none of y'all. Like I'm not a part of y'all big three. I'm about completely separated from what y'all doing. Like, and I feel like I don't know people.
Also, it seems kind of like calculated as well to put a, you know, put some
Pressure on J Cole.
no, but bring some pressure behind TDE as well.
Yeah, but
TDE needed that pressure.
he's no longer like TDE no more.
It, he's not TDE at all.
Mm-mm.
Dang, it's Schoolboy
Schoolboy is.
and Soul.
Yeah, but everybody else, I think Kendrick, he's starting his own label
J
basically.
Rock. So Kendrick is no longer TDE.
He's no longer TDE. Um,
That's when did that happen?
I want to say like maybe two or
Is that an
3 years
old
ago.
thing? Is that before the Untitled Unmastered album
No,
or
that's
after?
after. It's like after Damn. Uh,
After Down?
yeah, I would say after Damn. Yeah, he started a label. He signed Baby Keem to the label.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy. I was gonna do. I might do a live listening to that
Did you get
Future.
new gummies?
So what?
Did you get new gummies?
I have the same ones.
The same ones you haven't ate the rest of them?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I got the same ones. It's got me going a little slow. But yeah.
You ate one today?
You said what? Yeah, I ate one today.
You ate one today? Hey man, let's talk about trading, man. Since it's just me and you on here, man. I
We can,
want to
talk,
know, man.
we can talk about trading.
What was going through your head today as a post game interview?
But look at SPY right now. That's what was going through my head.
Is it doing it right now?
I think it's at 519.77.
No, it's not. Bro, I told you, it's baiting. Like I knew it would go after market. That's crazy.
So yeah, I
Hold
mean,
on.
it's just a casualties of the game. Like, um,
No, it's still 5:20:40. But
that's where it ended.
at 3 p.m., 5:19:79. Like that's such a bait.
I know it take you all day to do it, but I'm not overly upset about it because I'm like, okay, at least I feel like I was charting correctly. Like I know like what I was seeing on the
Yes.
chart makes sense.
So game plan, would you still look for the same 5 to 18 level tomorrow?
Possibly if it stays in this area and it's under that 520 with the point 80. If it's under that and it rejects that 80 again, I'll take more puts. But if it's over that 21, I may not even, you know what I'm saying? I might just have a whole new approach. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
If it's over 521,
yeah, it could still be puts, but I'm kind of like throwing out today's bias. Start tomorrow renewing. Just figure out what the market gives me.
break down VWAP.
You said VWAP?
VWAP.
Volume weighted average price.
Mm-hmm.
They could probably see it on the YouTube.
So that's the average
Volume.
basically that stock is being sold for.
Yes, it's like an indicator, and basically it bounces off the VWAP. It rejects the VWAP. It's just like a place where like there's a lot of pressure at. So if you could see the indicator, you understand what I'm saying. But like it follows the stock wherever it goes. It'll use that VWAP to bounce off of it, like to break under it, to reject it. It's just like an area of confluence, like what they're talking about.
So watching a trade, like say you're in a put and it goes. So is there an upper VWAP and a lower VWAP?
You can have a VWAP that's 20. You can have a 20-day, like a 20-day moving VWAP. You can have a 200-day VWAP. You can have, you know what I'm saying? You can adjust it. It could be like, you can do it like the last 100 days volume weighted average. So you can, yes, you can have a high one, you can have a middle one, you can have a low one. It's really up to however many indicators you want to add. Like you could do a 1-day VWAP, like just today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely an interesting market to be in. Like people will say, oh my God, it's, not to jump into politics, but like, oh my God, it's a Republican, or I mean a Democrat year and it's green, but that doesn't mean that it's a good green. It seems like the market's green, but there's less money out here. Like everything's more expensive. You see what I'm saying? It's not always a good thing that it's going up. But I do think I do think that it's I still want to say it's a bullish market, like for sure. In my opinion, it's still a bullish market. Just maybe this week.
What are we at all-time high for spot the other day?
I feel like it's 20.
I feel like it was mentioned.
It's probably like 524 was the all-time high. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we was right around there the other day.
Yeah. I wish you could see my chart. It's on this YouTube live thing.
It's on the live?
Yeah, they could see it.
Okay. Oh shit. Damn.
I might do.
I could probably go get my computer or go set up on my computer.
Really, I would just say the VWAP, you can. Do you still have Webull or do you use TradingView?
I've only been using, and I'm not proud to say it, but I've only been using the Robinhood charts. I look at both on my phone and on my computer, and then I just purchase and get out off of my phone.
Hey, that's basically the same thing. It's not like, it's just extra.
It's not spot on. It's less accurate, but like
it's doing the same thing realistically.
essentially, yeah.
Why do you need to know the ticks? Why do you need to have the graphics to see the ticks so good if it's still going down?
When it
We're still going
when
up.
it the thing about Robinhood though is when it gets glitchy, I just get out. Like whether it's up or down, because Robinhood has a tendency to get glitchy. When it gets glitchy, I'll get out. So if it's going down, I'm just like, okay, I'm done. Because usually if it's glitching, it's probably doing something I don't like to do. Now, if it just glitches and shoots in the direction that I'm wanting to see, then I'll just play accordingly. But like if it starts doing weird stuff, like today, it was doing weird stuff going down towards, I guess, the VWAP where it was up at point 0.8 down to like 30. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, they got people good.
It would start to go one way, and then just like get stuck. And then Robinhood, obviously the graphs, if you look at Robinhood every day, it does weird stuff. Like the graph, it was just doing weird stuff, but it wasn't doing weird stuff in the right direction. It'd start going the right direction and then just freeze, and then it'd be back down. So I was like, yeah, no, that doesn't look right.
Yeah. The 4
It
hour
didn't go
chart.
either direction.
Yeah. The 4 hour chart just still feels bearish. I don't know. It's just something you just gotta keep playing at and looking
I
at.
feel like it'll touch that low tonight.
It probably will open up.
So when the market closes, is volume still a thing?
Yeah, you can still buy shares. That's why I'm
You
like,
can still buy shares.
we would have a lot of money. All of us, us trading, our trading team, if we just bought shares. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
Mm-hmm. We've been trading SPY. It was at 300. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, I was in the 300s. 300s when we were trading it. All these stocks. So I'm just like, yeah. I mean, having an account where I do that is just, it's not that much movement. You gotta pay a lot of money just for it to move $3.
To get in, yeah. But then over time, when you look back at it, it's like, damn.
It only just went up.
No Diddy. Say what went out?
You said no Diddy. You see where his house got raided?
Yeah,
they said his house got raided on the internet. TMZ.
That makes sense. I just seen a meme that said he pulled the lever on the wall and got away.
Yeah, bro. That's the
If
jippers.
anybody had an escape lever in their house, I feel like it would be Diddy.
He probably needs one. That's not a bad tool to have, to be honest. Like having a, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not, no Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna put an escape tunnel?
No Diddy, but I want an escape tunnel in my house.
Hey man, can't lie. That sounds kind of fly.
You know what I'm saying? If shit happened, an atomic bomb went off. You know what I'm saying? You can go to your bunker.
Close the hatch down. You good?
Eat your chili and ramen for the rest of your life. For about.
Have it stocked with ramen noodles?
You just get you some chili. Chili's a good food. And have it stocked. They say that I think you gotta survive a certain amount of days, and then you can, like, basically go out on Earth again. Whatever the atomic bomb would do wears off after a certain amount of time. You could just finally go out, but the world will be over with, type shit. Don't you find it kind of funny that they made a full project dissing another band,
Who?
Metro and Future?
There was a project dissing Drake.
I think so.
The entire project.
The entire project, man. The whole thing.
I gotta re-listen to it then. I definitely felt the Kendrick verse. But that would make sense, because if it was a project dissing Drake, J. Cole wouldn't be the one to get. I don't think the J. Cole verse would hit as hard.
Yeah, you think J. Cole gonna respond?
J. Cole gonna respond, yeah. He got a response.
Is Drake gonna respond?
Yeah. He gonna make a whole thing.
Hang on.
His writer's going crazy right now.
Tell me if you can you tell me if you can hear this. Hang on.
His writer's going crazy.
Kendrick.
Time for them to earn their keep.
Yeah, man.
Imagine being Drake's writer and everything's all fine and dandy. You doing like house music albums and shit. And then Kendrick this Drake, so now you gotta.
No, he got different writers for that.
Ooh, he gotta have different writers for that.
He got his battle rap, murder somebody writers. He got his dance
Man.
music. He's got his controller. His what they call it? Afro beats. He got his Afro beats writers. His
I
country.
don't think he was expecting it.
His country music writers. If you need
Because
one.
this album been out for a minute now, a few days. I don't think he was expecting it. Normally, I feel like he would have responded. He responded on stage. I seen a video of him talking to the fans on stage. But
I'm gonna let you know how I'm feeling. Listen, the
yeah,
way I'm feeling is the same way I want you to walk out of here feeling about your fucking self. Cause you know how I'm feeling? I got my fucking head up high, my back straight.
This is my speech after losing that money in the market.
Anywhere else I go. And I know that no matter what, it's not a nigga on this earth that can ever fuck with my life. And that's how I want you to walk out of here tonight.
you needed to do that, man.
But in order
Hey, man,
You need to
needed
put.
do
You need to take that and use the caption when you just. Not that I, but you can caption like when you blow your whole account, when you blow your whole Robinhood account on a Monday.
On a Monday. I don't even want to trade on Mondays. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, Jay Dunes, when he be saying that, I be like, "Hey, bro, shut the fuck up, man. We trying to make some money on Monday, nigga."
Man, no, but
He right.
that's like I be wanting it so bad on Monday. Especially if I'm trading like with a margin account. And I don't wait for funds to settle over the weekend. But that's just more psychology. I gotta be more patient. Hey, but I won today. I took $1 from this.
You took $1 from in a day that was difficult. It was a very choppy day. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh my God.
there's been plenty of times where I would take that. I'll take that 100. You know what I'm saying? And it'd go down to 2,000. So it's just like
Right.
you win some, you lose some. It's just like,
Right.
and there'd be so many times where that happens where you take one. It's just be like, I'm not
The
taking it
more
today.
the more I think about trimming, the more complicated it gets. Like that's not one trade anymore.
No. It can be as many trades as you want. Like one time,
Right.
for instance, I have 25 contracts. I can trade 5.
Right. That's
And
25 trades.
you potentially have 25 trades you can
Potentially.
take.
That's 25
Times you can trim
trades,
down.
potentially. Technically.
Or you could do 3 trims. One time 5, the
Right.
next 10 times and then your last 10 in the last trim, like,
The more I thought about that, the more I saw ways that I could lose myself money, and I don't like it.
Yes and no, but it's just like when you're trying to get those type of numbers, you have to have more than one contract. So like then that's when you're just in that position to where you're like, okay, well, I'm up a lot of money right now. Let me just trim off some. Then that's when it makes sense.
I think more than likely, what I'm gonna lead with is doing one trade primarily if I feel potential or feel some type.
But it doesn't count that way. Like
25%.
Robinhood's not going to charge you like as those are all different day trades. Well, they might do it in that account. I'm pretty sure maybe.
If I buy them all at once and then I trade like 3/4 of it, and then that's two different trades, right?
I do believe so. I'm not 100% sure because it's been so long since I used it.
I'm happy to do that in a margin account though.
That's something I wouldn't mind trying again, turning that back on and just seeing how that works as well. Like just doing 3-day trades a week.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like I usually switch to now they have like rules to where you can't switch back and forth. But I usually switch on Friday to a cash account. If I'm gonna switch to a cash account at all, because I'm not gonna do more than 3 trades on a day.
Yeah, no, not in a day. I would say the most I would do average 3.
I can always switch to a margin account right after I do that.
Yeah.
So if I feel froggy, I feel like YOLOing.
You could always
put some money in.
You can switch it on the day when you got done trading. You see what I'm saying? Like, say if you traded today and you used all of them up, you could switch it now and probably get it tomorrow. I don't know if you.
Well, no, it's gonna settle tomorrow anyways.
I just mean like if you were on the account where you can. I guess it's the option trading account.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can trade, like say you made money, you can get that same money back instantly, instant deposit it back.
That's a cash account.
No, it's not. That you have to wait for the next day to get it. I mean, like I guess it's considered margin.
Is that a margin account?
That's the margin.
I'm saying it backwards then.
Yeah.
I say the cash account because I consider like I get the cash. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's not right.
They call it cash account because you put in your cash in there to trade with. If you use the margin, like you can use your cash, and then when it's done, they're gonna margin you the money you just made to trade, and the money that you started with to take another trade. They have to let you do that 3 times a week.
Makes sense.
But it's just like. That makes sense. That strategy makes sense when I get into play and I get out basically early. Right. It gives me the opportunity to possibly get back in if. But realistically, nah. You be chasing something.
Bro, I be wanting to swing trade so bad.
That's the best I've ever been trading. When I swing trade,
even still, I don't know, because I would have threw 418. I would have been having but then again, how far out? Because it still looks like it's gonna hit it. But when was that the level to watch? Last Wednesday?
I mean, it's on a downtrend.
418 dip?
I would say if you wanted to do a 518, you would need to probably do Friday. That'd be the safest way to go, because the money that
518
getting less contracts is worth having more time for the money to like grow and accumulate if you have more time for the play to develop. I have that strategy going further. It probably just makes they just make the contracts look so good on the same day expiration ones. You can buy like
Right.
25 contracts for $1,000 type shit, or like 30 contracts, and it just be like, let it go.
But
Hey,
you'll profit faster on a same day contract or a next day contract than you will stretching it out further. Like, you don't even have to realistically be in the money to make money. That's how I've been. Like, if a call right outside of the money is what I'll take, then as soon as it starts printing, my contract's gonna move as well. It's not maybe the most profitable strategy, but it's one where I can get out with $1 and not lose it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And I have profited using that strategy before, because if I'm watching those calls, a lot of times once it actually gets to those levels, then the in the money call is actually affordable if I wait on that level.
a lot of it's just being
So
patient.
waiting on those changes too.
Like Grizzlies point was perfect. I got it slightly.
Mhm.
I might have got in like 0.6, 0.7 type area. So like his area was perfect, and mine was like, I was already down 10% before it took his, well, like I guess 5%. I don't know, 3 to 5% before it even got to where I should have started it. See what I'm saying? So like that, I just took that 5% away from the profit by starting too early and not waiting for that specific 3-8.
Hey, we need to start doing post game interviews after the trading days, man.
I
I
know.
feel like that's I be trying to reflect on what's going on, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely a skill to have.
I mean, it's just tomorrow's a brand new game. Like whatever happens today,
Right.
like it could happen, like good or bad. Like it's the same exact
The
outcome.
same thing could happen tomorrow.
The same exact thing can happen tomorrow, but it's a whole different. Basically, the vibe's
But
going
you
to be
have
different.
to approach it different.
Yeah, the volume will be different. It could be. You see how slow and choppy it was? It could be more volatility tomorrow.
I feel like it's going to be a lot more volatile tomorrow because
It did
of
nothing.
the way that it moved today. Like, the way that it didn't want to reach, like, go past either level. Like, it wasn't even really testing either level. It would just hang out on the upper end and then hang out in the middle, then hang out on the upper end, then hang out on the bottom, then hang out in the middle. Like, it wasn't testing for it, wasn't pushing past nothing.
That's what it's like. Yeah.
It get right down to that lower level around
30, 20,
30,
and bounce to 40.
and go right back up to 40, 50, hang out, and then go to 70, and then back down to 60. Then we back at 40. Then they go to 20, and that motion don't make you no money.
It don't. That's like they're making money on both sides. That's I'm like, who's making that money because both sides is losing? So I'm wondering, is it just like the brokerages that's making the money? Because the calls probably got hit probably harder if you think about it. Like if you had a 521 call, like you lost more money than puts did today because it was at. I got out when it was around 30. It was like around 20 to 30.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like,
And it's back, and it was back down like 19 at getting closer to close.
yeah, they liquidated. That's also something you should know. They liquidated for you at 3:30. If you don't sell it by that time, they sell it as soon as it hits 330.
Otherwise, you would have to buy 100 shares
which is
per call.
unattainable for most coons. You know how much money that'd be? That'd be like $50,000. I don't know.
For one.
For what?
For one.
For 100 shares. So that
Yeah, for one call.
one call is 100 shares.
Right.
So like, I had a lot of, you know what I'm saying? That's not realistic. Like, I had a lot of the things. Like, I'd rather play that way. I'd rather play that way. I'd rather swing. I'd rather hit home run or get struck out. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right, because if you do that, at least you get your money.
Exactly.
Like, if you do that, at least you're stuck with 100 shares of the company at that price, whatever that price may be, rather than just being out your loss. You still own something.
You own it, which gives it time to mature over time. Like, this is a one day idea.
And for you to get your money back. Like, okay, so if you get, say you get a put and it's out of, or you get a call and it's out of the money, right? It's low. Don't you get the money if it just goes up to the price that you called? Like the next week, you wouldn't make the same profits?
You mean
not the same profits, but you would profit.
You mean if you had the shares?
If you own the shares.
Yeah, it'd be the same exact amount.
You might not profit, but you would have more than what happened when the option closed. No.
You will have. It's like right in the middle of both, like whatever the beta and like the decay will be. So it's like a fixed number. Like you can add it up. You see what I'm saying? If I had 100 shares at 520, I can just do the math and know exactly how much I'll have. But contracts
at 521 or 524,
they have decay. You see what I'm saying? They decay based on when the contract ends. Like,
yeah, that's a different game.
Yeah, I'm playing that game, but not in Robinhood because I don't.
Oh, with the funded account.
No, I play like I buy shares like in this Ally banking account. You can like buy actual shares of the company, but like with options. I like doing it with Robinhood. You just got more control. The interface looks cooler.
I think that is a big part of it, the interface, but that's a big part of actually
how they take your money.
How they take your money. But I feel like I'm learning as well to play against Robinhood. Like, notice, hey, this looks like a time when they're about to take my money and not let them take as much of my money. Because even when they take profits, that's not fair. Because I wasn't supposed to only make $1 per day. I was supposed to make like $10 a day, but it did that weird thing. As soon as I clicked sell, hey, I got out before it. And too, a part of that was the motion that it was doing, because it was a big difference in the value of the put between 20 and 50, but that's not a far range to jump. That's like 2 minutes, if that. It can do that in 30 seconds.
Exactly. I'm gonna see what the volume is this by. I'm going to trade it tomorrow. I'm gonna definitely go lighter and just have a different approach on it, just as far as just getting it out and just build a base on trading it, because I haven't really been trading it in the last week, 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks or so, because it just doesn't move as much as like the other stocks do. It'll do this to you. And if you get the other stocks, you can still swing them the whole entire week. You know what I'm saying? Like, always. But SPY, I don't know, it's just something about trading SPY. They're calling it out, you know?
And SPY's not the same as like a business.
Yes, it has basically.
It's not the same as Apple itself or as Tesla itself.
No, it's ETF, so it's different.
Right.
But
So it can be affected by more than one business at a time.
exactly.
It's affected by what industry?
I would say tech, majority tech, but it's a mix of all. The top two.
That's what composes SPY.
Yeah, the top two is Microsoft and Apple. So, but it has all the other. It has like healthcare, probably any other oil, whatever sector you could think of is in there. But they might have a small percentage. That's why I'll have Apple, I'll have SPY, Microsoft on on my tickers, and Nvidia, and QQQ Tesla.
I have all of those on my watch list in Robinhood, but the only thing I ever look at is SPY because I get distracted while watching the SPY chart, and that's the only chart that I'm watching. I don't want to watch multiple charts.
No, you don't have to watch the chart. You just have the
set levels.
No, like I guess because I have a perspective of trading view, but like on the side it has all. You could just see like the stock, the name of the stock, and like the price of it. You don't have to even see the whole chart. You could just see like it just has like a ticker on the side. You know what I'm saying?